If you're moving into the realm of storytelling with your wedding films, rather than just piecing together a flyover montage of the wedding day, then you understand the importance of intentional and visually appealing transitions to help drive the story forward. So the first transition is one that you can capture in camera on the wedding day. So you're going to look for some sort of foreground subject to fill up the frame. Usually I'm looking for maybe a door, and just kind of crack it open, and you're going to take your camera, fill up your frame with that foreground subject, and then slowly slide over your camera to reveal the subject in the background. Typically I'll use this foreground slide for bridal or groom prep to kind of set the scene as an establishing shot. I also like to use it for dance footage as well. And to spice it up, I love to look for unique foreground objects, so maybe candles or lights or glass, and then just sliding in to reveal the scene through that. So this is another transition that you can capture in camera on the wedding day. So if there are some elements up high, maybe trees or chandeliers, you can just tilt up to them, tilt back down, and you can use that tilt to maybe open a scene or end a scene. And usually when I'm editing, I'll add a little speed ramp during the tilt. Another speed ramp transition that I like to use is transitioning from two different locations with similar action or composition within each shot. So for example, how I might use this is while the couple's dancing, I might have them twirl, and then the groom is going to pull the bride back in, and then at that moment I'm going to cut to another shot where the groom is pulling the bride in post twirl at a different location, and then I'm going to speed ramp that together. So I'm going to speed up at the very end of the first clip and at the very beginning of the second clip, and it's just going to flow well together and transition into that next location. And I love using effects by lens distortions to help move into a higher paced, higher energy scene. So I might use a shimmer or a flare and just drop that over the footage I have to help move into that faster paced scene. And for a more subtle transition, you can use some sound design to move into the next scene. So an example of what you could do with this is you could start with just the sound of footsteps in a forest and reveal the footage of the couple walking through the forest. So the sound is going to transition into the visuals. Well, I hope that these tips gave you some ideas and inspiration for how you can transition from scene to scene in your next wedding film. And if you like these tips, subscribe because I have a new video coming out each month.